What's up, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and none of the above? This is DL back here doing some analysis of my team breakdown post-season of Kirby Street League Season 4. We were the champions this season. Our total record, including postseason, was 11-2 plus 30, I believe, something like that. So very successful season. We got another ring from my boy Decidui. That's 2 KSL championships for that mon. It's the only one to have done that. So yeah, we're just gonna be breaking down, my thoughts on the team overall, on the certain Pokemon on the team, what I liked, what I disliked, what I'd like to, emulate in the future, mons I maybe try to avoid, mons I want to use again, that kind of deal. Anyways, we gotta start with the team as a whole. Overall, this is a DL team, And this team, I really liked it. It's definitely my style. It's a bunch of mons people don't like. I could really be creative with a lot of the mons on the team. I liked how dynamic a lot of the Pokemon were. Some of the Pokemon weren't. I guess that sort of just allowed for others to be. Yeah, there were a lot of Pokemon I loved. Some Pokemon, there weren't any Pokemon I hated, which is nice. Because I hated Ferrothorn last season. I hate that Pokemon. Anyways, yeah. So overall, this team, it gave me a lot of tools. Every matchup I felt was winnable. Some Pokemon were really tough to deal with. Things like Mega Gallade, Mega Mawile. Regular Kyurem was like a monster. Thankfully, I never had to play Kyurem Black, I don't think, because that would have been even scarier. But yeah, overall, I like this team. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's go into the mons. So the first mon was Hoopa Unbound. My Dennis Rodman came to 5 games, got 9 kills, 4 deaths. So that's a pretty fat KD right there. 9 kills in 5 games is a lot. That's nearly 2 kills a game. Hoopa, obviously, it came to 5 games out of I think I ended up playing 12 games in total. Yeah, because I had 1 forfeit win. So it came to about half my games. And it's more situational. But it ran shop when it came, And that's really a kind of Pokemon I really enjoyed, similar to Mega Abomasnow Season 2. Being so weak to U-turn was kind of annoying in certain matchups, but those are generally the ones you try to avoid. But yeah, its breaking power is just unparalleled by any mon. Not having to set up in order to break is also very nice, because it actually preserves some momentum. I mean, Nasty Plot's a set, but I don't think it's really the best in draft format. Just this thing just smashed so many people's teams, and just being able to break holes in teams really helped some of my other Pokemon, say Talonflame, which really appreciates things being weakened. And overall, I think I did well to sort of build around Hoopa, cover some of its momentum loss characteristics, cover up some of its weaknesses as a Pokemon. I could maybe have gone double Psychic or something to try to deal with Psychic types a little better, offensive Psychic types. But I didn't. Hey, we won, so can't be that bad. Yeah, this thing, it came in and it got a kill basically. If it was coming in multiple times, it was getting multiple kills. Even certain Pokemon that people tried to check defensively, somebody tried to bring Fizdef Tangrowth, we just clicked Life Orb Gunk Shot on the Switch and that thing got smashed. You do not switch into Hoopa. And certain things you might think like Alolan Persian, right? That's a really physically defensive dark type, but nah, you just run Specs, that thing gets 2-shot by Dark Pulse. I mostly ran Specs and Band. I didn't really run Trick Room or Nasty Plot or Scarf. I think they just fit the sort of playstyle my team built around it was to enable it to just be that choiced breaker. I didn't really have like a strong Trick Room element to my team to make like Trick Room set, and Nasty Plot just completely unnecessary. Basically any matchup. Yeah, Hoopa was cool. It's a really I feel like it kind of puts a bit of a bind on your draft, so it's not something I'd want to draft again too soon. You know, I feel like I'd end up drafting a lot of the same mons then. But it was definitely fun to use. This feels a little loud. Okay, let me turn this down a little bit more. Alright, here we go, here we go. Anyways, next up we got Gliscor. Gliscor, Creed the Gliscor. It came to 7 games, 5 kills, 2 deaths, another pretty nice KD. You know, I brought it to decent amount of matchups. It was a really nice Stealth Rocker, really nice defogger for the team. Like, offensive Gliscor was a mon I brought a couple times. I think I brought SD twice and Curse once. You know, those are cool sets, but Gliscor learns so many moves. But, you know, it has really strong for move slot syndrome. Like, you always want Earthquake, you always want Roost, and you're always running the same item because it's always Toxic Orb. I mean, I guess Yachi Berry is kind of a set, but Toxic Orb's just so good. So it wasn't really like as fun of a mon as I might have anticipated, but it really fit this team. So I was pretty happy with Gliscor. I think it was well to draft it. Next up we have Mienshao. Mienshao was way more fun than I thought it would be. I never missed one high jump kick, so that's probably part of it. As you can see, 8 kills in 5 games. Jesus. If you don't count the finals game, then it had like 7 kills in 4 games and had the most kills per game of any mon in the league. Like, this thing smashed. You know, a really great move pool of knockoff U-turn, Stone Edge, and Poison Jab for like flying types or fairies. I was surprised how helpful AV Mienshao was. You know, it really helped keep some pretty big threats to my team, things like Nidoking and Mega Manectric in check. And that was a really nice quality. But, you know, I didn't really consider when I drafted it. That was cool. That's the kind of thing I really like in a Pokemon, being able to do that. Decidueye is one of my staple mons. You know, this was a glue for the team, you know, sort of patching in some holes. So it only came to 4 games. I think that's the least of any mon on my team. 2 kills, 3 deaths. Nothing special. I mean, you know, if you look at my team, Decidueye is generally not it's kind of outclassed as an offensive mon by a lot of my other mons. You know, things like Hoopa, Chinchino, Mega Glalie, Talonflame, yeah, Mienshao. So like, it didn't get a lot of time to try to just like Swords Dance and kill a bunch of things, but it was really nice to have it as a defogger. Pretty nice typing, especially defensive was a type my team appreciated on occasion. Like, it wasn't the star of the show on this team, but it definitely did its job. You know, I love Decidueye. I love how dynamic it is, and I will draft it whenever. I'll never get tired of it. Next up was Druddigon. Yeah, Cluricon. My Cluricon, the Druddigon. Came to 6 games, 5 kills, 4 deaths. Jeez, I had a lot of mons with 4 deaths. Drud. It was a Pokemon I didn't really like in a lot of my early matchups. But in consideration, a lot of my early matchups had some really offensive fairy types like Mega Mawile, Mega Gardevoir. But I grew to really like it a lot down the stretch. I brought it to a lot of my later games. It's really nice having your Dragon type be a Stealth Rocker because it can free up your other typings to not have rocks, namely my Steel type, Togedemaru, not having rocks. Glare is broken. Dragon Tail is pretty cool. You know, it's nice having really nice coverage of the Dragon with the Earthquake and Gunk Shot for Steel types and fairies. Really good Rocky Helmet user. I also thought Spadef did a lot of work in this team, especially with things like 50% berries. Really nice having 2 different Wish Passers between Clef and Togedemaru to support my Druddigon, and that's something I definitely recommend. Like, Drud died relatively frequently, you know, 4 deaths in 6 games, but you know, it's the kind of mon, you know, it's a support mon. It was helping get up hazards, you know, check things for limited amounts of time, maybe get off a status or damage on something, and help my other Pokemon. So it was cool. It definitely did its job, and even better than I thought it would down the stretch. Togedemaru, the GOAT, you know. Shen the Togedemaru. Shout out to Shen. Congrats on your TBL championship. Yeah, we're both champions out here. 9 games. This came to as you know, there was no Pokemon on my team that came to more games than this thing. Toge's a good Pokemon. You know, there's some times early in the season where I regretted my only Steel type being Togedemaru. Kyurem and Mega Mawile kind of ran my pockets. You know, 6 kills, 7 deaths. That's pretty decent for a support Pokemon. I mean, it died a lot. But, you know, it was out here. You know, I like to use Assault Vest. You know, it's a sort of temporary check, but you know, lasting long enough to put myself in a good position to win against threats like I walled the crap out of Latios with this. That was great. Nuzzle, super good move. Wish Spiky Shield sets, Assault Vest sets, Scarf sets, all really good on Togedemaru. Mega Glalie, honestly, I brought this less than I thought I would, but it definitely performed the games I did bring it to. Yeah, so Mega Glalie, my Wrecking Ball, shout out to Hammond, really fun hero in Overwatch. Yeah, 5 games, 6 kills, 2 deaths. So yeah, nice, you know, 6 kills, 2 deaths, pretty good. I won most of the games I brought it. I don't know, the thing about Mega Glalie is my team had a lot of more like bulky Pokemon, and I guess that doesn't really support Mega Glalie. I feel like it's more of an offensive Pokemon. You know, you can bring it for like spikes, or yeah, like an offensive spiker, and that can sort of shore up it being, you know, somewhat easier to wall than a lot of Pokemon since it only has Ice type stab. It can really struggle against bulky waters. But if they're only like physically defensive, then Freeze Dry was pretty nice. Like I brought Freeze Dry against a Slowbro once and did like 70 on the switch or something. And Taunt's such a good move. And Ice Shard priority was really nice. It definitely helped in some matchups. Really big threat against things like there were 2 rain teams in the league that had to be pretty wary of Mega Glalie. It was a fun mon. I would draft it again for sure. I think it would have a better chance to really shine in another team, but I still think it was the right Pokemon for the team. The same way you could say about like Decidueye. Like this team is kind of tailored around fitting Hoopa onto it. And my next mon, Clef. Yeah, Patrick the Clefable. Clef's cool. Clef's solid. I don't think Clef's that fun though. Like Calm Mind is alright, but everybody preps for it. I guess like Calm Mind Clef didn't have the best matchups against a lot of my opponents. Except like 4 kind of got destroyed by Calm Mind Clef. I brought it a lot, as you can see, and it didn't die that often, but it also didn't get that many kills. Yeah, Clef's alright, Clef's solid. You know, it gets a lot of really good moves. You know, Stealth Rock, you know, nice Magikarp and Unaware are like incredible abilities. Being able to have reliable recovery in Soft Boiled, you know, pass wishes, get Calm Mind Sweeper. Clef can do a lot. You know, yeah, it's a good Pokemon, but it wasn't my favorite for sure. Alright, Talonflame. This mon was like running shop like around mid-season. I was running a ton of Scarf Talonflame. Yeah, I guess that really tells you something about the composition of this team. Yeah, I brought it a lot. Ooh. Yeah, 8 games, Flex Talonflame. Shout out to Malcolm Flex from Rap Genius. 5 kills, 4 deaths. Yeah. Like I felt like forced to bring sort of like Scarf Talon down the stretch. I ended up playing like a lot of really offensive teams. That Scarf Talon was really nice for checking. But it was also nice for outspeeding things like Mega Swampert and Rain. My team didn't have the best defog support, which kind of made things tough for Talon on occasion. But you know, sometimes it was able to go in. I don't know. Talon's really good, I think, but and it was the right mon. But again, like the star of the show was Hoopa, even though it didn't come that often. And like the other stars, things like Mia and Xiao, like, really got to put in the work for this team. This, we'll get to that last Pokemon. Yeah, Talon was cool. Scarf's good. SD's good. Bulk Up's really cool set, actually. I was gonna bring that against Xaver, but he forfeited. Kind of whack. All of the Xaver. Good luck next season. Yeah, defensive Talon was cool. I didn't really bring that. I was gonna bring it against a team that had Mega Scizor, Jamesy, but then he dropped it for Mega Metacritic, which sucked. So, yeah, I had to bring AB Minch out for that boy. Anyways, next one, Cinccino. Cinccino is alright. I mean, it basically only has one set, and that's banded. It did its job. It was a fast Pokemon that broke stuff, basically. Basically my faster, frailer, less strong version, easier to wall, Hoopa Unbound. Shout out to Jake. He's been having some good season in KSL too. And lastly, we got Toxapex and Upaspi. Everybody says this mon's so passive. People think this Pokemon's bad. Well, 9 kills, 4 deaths in 9 games. Toxapex, this thing got the Fort Knox award. Oh yeah, shout out to Togedemaru for winning Best Tier 5 in the KSL Awards this season. Toxapex got Fort Knox. This thing was so hard for a lot of people to break. Toxic Spikes are so good. Knockoff. Yeah, Haze. Regenerator is like broken. Between Regenerator, Recover, and like Black Sludge, this thing is so hard to kill. And yeah, just nice having really fat things. Like, because they're not doing anything to you if you're surviving, basically. And it really worked well with Hoopa. Since Toxapex lets up a lot of offensive pressure, it puts on pressure, right? But it'll let like fat mons recover if it can't toxic them. It'll like hamper them with like knockoff and scald and stuff, but they're clicking recover. So that worked fine, and I had things like Cinccino and Hoopa, which people just couldn't switch into, and they didn't need chip, they just broke crap. Overall, this team, was really, it's a balanced team. I didn't really bring too much semi-stall this season, and I only brought hyper offense in finals. I brought some bulky offense sometimes, things like very offensive mode, things like Cinccino and Talon. And a lot of people were like scared of Hoopa, so they kind of over prep for it, and that sort of helped some of my other mons. And that was definitely a nice thing. It's like, kind of like my season 2 team. These Pokemon can destroy you if you don't prep for it. Like Talonflame, Clef, like these Pokemon can kill you. You have to prep for Toxapex. You gotta have a way to kill Gliscor. You gotta have a high jump kick switch in. You gotta either have something that can actually switch into Hoopa, or just offensively pressure it the whole time. Like this team was tough for people to deal with, and I brought all my Pokemon quite a decent amount of time, which made it even harder. Because like you never know what I'm gonna bring. And I enjoy this team. This is a good team, and we won. I would definitely take Hoopa again. Maybe not for now. Gliscor, it's alright. I'd take it if it fit my team. Mienshao is cool. I love the Tizui. Drotagon, definitely. Togedemaru, definitely. Glalie for sure. I draft, sooner than later. Clef's alright. Talon, I'm kind of tired of Talon. Cinccino, it's not the best Pokemon, but it definitely fit. Pex is a beast. Alright, that's gonna be it. Take care.